What's up, vapors? Thanks for stopping by the MV Electronic Cigarettes YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about Spider Silk. Currently we offer 24 and 26 gauge. So today we're going to go through a few builds. We're going to go through what comes in these pucks. We're going to go through some safety information, and we're also going to show you how this stuff works on mechanical mods, on variable voltage and variable wattage devices, and also temp control devices. So first off, we'll show you what comes in the package, how we differentiate the 24 and 26. 26, you have the gray outline around the label, and the 24, you have the white. On the back, you see that we have the 24 gauge, 15 feet. There is 15 feet of wire in this puck. On the inside, first thing you'll see is the piece of the pad of Japanese organic Muji cotton. Then we do have the 15 feet of spider silk right there, and we do have another warning and just some general safety information. We also have social information there. We're on Facebook and Instagram. If you do a cool build, be sure and tag us with spider silk wire. Here we have 26 gauge spider silk, and I've done a few different builds just to give you an idea of how the resistance is going to read when you start building yourself. Here we have the Dark Horse RDA. I'm going to go ahead and put this on an ohm reader, and this is one thing that we recommend you always use when building is an ohm reader. I know that a lot of variable voltage and temp control devices these days have them built in, but it's just always a good idea to make sure that you know what ohms and what resistance you're vaping at. So here we have that 10 wrap coil, and you can see that it's reading at about a 0.56. Now this is just the coil that I built before heating it up. Nothing's been done to this yet, so when I shape it and form it, that'll change a little bit, but you're going to be around a 0.5 when you're building a 10 wrap single coil with this 26 gauge spider silk. The next RDA that I have built on is the Troll, and on here I have done a dual coil, 10 wraps on both sides. You're going to see that's coming down to a 0.27, so it's roughly half of what that single coil was. And finally, we have the Little Boy RDA, and on this guy I have built a dual parallel coil, 7 wraps on each side, 7 full wraps, and you can see that's around a 0.13. So this stuff is cutting in half nicely. The resistances are right where they should be. Here we have the 24 gauge spider silk, and I've done 3 more builds to give you an idea of how these will read once you start building yourself. For the single coil, once again, I have built on the Dark Horse RDA. It's reading around a 0.34. So again, I have not heated this up. It's just a coil that I built, but you can see that there is a significant drop in the resistance with the different gauges of this wire. So we're going to go on now. I have the Mutation X V4 right here. So here we have a dual coil now. We're looking at 10 wraps with a 24 gauge. That brings us down to a 0.20. Now I know that a lot of you out there are going to be building much lower than this, going down into the 0.0s. Finally, we have a Twisted Messes RDA right here. You're going to see the resistance is at a 0.08, so we're getting down there now. And we got a dual parallel coil right here, 7 full wraps on this guy. So again, this is a very low resistance wire, but on a lot of devices that are regulated these days, this is safe to vape. To test out the builds we've done today, we're going to be using these 4 devices. We have from left to right, the Smoke Tech Magneto. We have the IPv4S from Pioneer for You. We have the IPv3 from Pioneer for You, and we have the Joytech Evic VT. So here we have the single coil 24 gauge build on the Evic VT. And before I mention that I hadn't shaped the coils at all, I want to show you what to do if you're trying to make micro or macro coils with this and try and get them close to tight. So right now I am just on power mode. It's fine. You don't need to be on titanium mode or temp control mode to use this stuff. I'm just going to shape them right here and show you. So instead of glowing this red like you would Canthol, you just want to pulse it really quickly, and you can hear the click of that button. So I'm going to hit it for a second, see the little smoke come, and then I'm just going to tighten this down, hit it again, really quickly pulsing this. So I've gone ahead and put this into titanium mode. You can see that it's on 540 degrees and 43 watts. We're going to show you how this vapes on titanium mode on the Ecig VT. Still going. It's going to keep going. You can see that the cotton is not burning. It's not stressing it. There we go. 10-second cutoff. Keep going. So you see that this works really, really well on here. Here I have the dual coil 26 gauge Spider Silk build on top of the Magneto V3, and we'll go ahead and see how this guy vapes. Nice even heating. This is not temp control, obviously, it's a mechanical mod. You'll see on here that there is no titanium dioxide developing. The cotton is not burning, and the wire is not glowing red. It's not igniting, and we're going to get into that in a little bit as well. So here we have the IPv4S. I have the dual parallel coil 24 gauge Spider Silk build on the Twisted Messes RDA, and you can see that it's hitting around a 0.1. We're at 0.09 right now, keeping it at 420 degrees and 50 joules. So let's see how this thing fires. Got a nice hit going there, firing evenly. You can see the cotton's not burning. There's no titanium dioxide developing. And cotton is not stressed. The coil's staying nice and saturated, so is that cotton. And you're getting consistent hits. And then finally, here we have the IPv4S on wattage mode at 120 watts, reading at 0.18 and pushing 4.64 volts. You can see that there's no titanium dioxide developing, still getting clean, consistent hits, and the cotton isn't burning. So just wanted to show you guys how you can use Spider Silk on all kinds of different devices, whether in temp control mode, pushing watts, or just on a mechanical mod. So there are concerns that titanium, when used for vaping, can ignite into flame, and we wanted to show you that that is not going to happen. So here we have our 26 gauge titanium wire, and here I have a torch. And we're going to go ahead and torch this wire. You're going to see that it is not lighting on fire. You can see that it is oxidizing. And that is what I wanted to address as well. So obviously it's not going to light on fire, but you can see some of that white film around the outside of the wire. What that's called is titanium dioxide. Now there are worries that it is very, very dangerous for you, that titanium is so much more dangerous than nickel, but that is simply not true. According to OSHA, it takes 15 times the amount of titanium dioxide than it does nickel or nickel oxide to potentially have a negative effect on the human body. Now, another thing in regards to titanium versus nickel, when you're using titanium wire, you have very, very few allergic reactions, if any. Titanium is biocompatible with the human body. And is where with nickel you find that there are allergic reactions. When you glow titanium wire red, it's going to oxidize. And you're going to see how it churns white, and it also bent down that lead. So when you see this, we recommend that you throw the coil out and you build a new one. I had to remove the cotton and not have it saturated for this. As long as you keep your builds wicked properly and saturated properly, they will last you as long as you want them to. So that was Spider Silk Titanium Wire by Envy Electronic Cigarettes. We want to thank you guys for stopping by. If you have any questions for us, feel free to ask us in the comments below.